Welcome to Crime Asian. We talk about crimes from around the world, from the unspoken to the most infamous. Subscribe to our channel and let's begin. Since Halloween is coming, we're gonna do a special video, the most gruesome murders on Halloween. Stay tuned. The Candyman, also known as the man who killed Halloween, was an American man convicted of killing his 8-year-old son on Halloween on 1964 with cyanide-laced pixie sticks. What was his motive? If you ask me, what motivates a man, it's only money or woman. O'Brien poisoned his son in order to claim life insurance money to ease his own financial troubles, as he was $100,000 in debt. O'Brien also gave poisoned candy to his daughter and 3 other children to cover up his crime. Fortunately, none of the children ate the candy except for his son, Timothy. The incident happened on October 31st, 1974. O'Brien took his 2 children trick-or-treating in Pasadena, Texas, along with his neighbor and 2 other children. They knocked on a home, but no one answered. The children ran to the next home and O'Brien stayed behind. He later caught up with the group and said that he was waiting for the door to open and he acquired 5 21-inch pixie sticks, claiming that it was from the previous home that took some time to answer the door. O'Brien gave each of his neighbors 2 children a pixie sticks, and 1 each to Timothy and Elizabeth, and another candy to a child from a church. Timothy told Ronald that he was going to eat the pixie sticks before going to bed. After eating, Timothy said it tastes bitter and he suffered from pain in his stomach. The boy ran to the toilet and vomited. He died 1 hour later en route to the hospital. The news of Timothy's death soon spread in the community. Children from the neighborhood did not dare to consume any candy collected during Halloween. Parents took away the candy. The autopsy results show that the candy was laced with a fatal dose of cyanide. When the police questioned O'Brien, he said he can't remember which house gave the pixie sticks. The police investigated in the case and found that none of the other homes gave pixie sticks for Halloween. O'Brien led the police to the home when no one answered and claimed that the candy was from the home. Police investigated and found that the owner of the home was working a late night shift, which led to O'Brien becoming the last person to hold the candy, meaning he has become a main suspect. After further digging, they found that O'Brien was $100,000 in debt, which established a motive. In today's context, 100,000 will be about $500,000 in 2021. On November 5th, 1974, the police arrested O'Brien and he was facing 1 count of capital murder and 4 counts of attempted murder. Investigations revealed that at an earlier date, O'Brien came in contact with a chemist and asked the chemist the amount of cyanide needed to kill someone. On 3rd of June 1975, the chemist testified in court. Friends and co-workers testified that in the months before the death of Timothy, O'Brien had an unusual interest in cyanide. Although O'Brien pleaded not guilty in court, the trial lasted about 46 minutes and ended with him guilty to all charges. He was finally given a death sentence by electrocution. On October 31st, 1981, Sister Tadea Ben's body was found naked in a convent in Texas. The sisters who found the body immediately called the cops. Despite the fact that Sister Ben's face was smeared with blood, the sister who discovered her body did not suspect foul play, and the body was taken to a funeral home. An hour later, the sisters discovered a shattered window that was unlatched and open in the convent's communal room, which was located on the 1st floor. They immediately called the police and the cops came at about 9 AM. They secured the crime scene and found items under the bed: the victim's nightgown and a kitchen knife. Fingerprint and palm prints were extracted from the knife blade and handle, as well as the headboard of the bed. Pubic hair were recovered from the scene as well. A damaged window screen and a second knife were also discovered along the convent driveway. The autopsy revealed multiple injuries, including contusions to the head, stab wounds to the chest, and there were traces of a sexual assault. On the night of the murder, a witness saw 17-year-old Johnny Frank Garrett running away from the convent, and Garrett became a prime suspect. His fingerprints and pubic hair matches the one that was found at the crime scene. The evidence against him was overwhelming. The prosecution said that Garrett raped, strangled and killed the 76-year-old Catholic nun, but Garrett testified in his own defense and denied the rape charges and the murder charges of Sister Benz. Garrett testified that he entered the convent 2 days before the murder looking for items to steal, but later said to the police there was a nun in bed and she acted as if she was going to scream. I covered her mouth so she couldn't make any noise. I started choking her until she passed out. I had sex with her. I left the convent the way I came in. The trial court imposed a death sentence, but Garrett was not executed until he was 28 years old. He was originally scheduled to be executed on 6th of January 1992, but after Pope John Paul II asked for clemency, the governor of Texas Ann Richards gave him a temporary reprieve. After Richards' reprieve, the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles held a hearing on whether Garrett should receive a commutation to life in prison, but the death sentence was retained. The vote for the death sentence was 17-1. He was ultimately executed at the age of 28 at Huntsville Unit on February 11, 1992 by lethal injection. His last recorded footage before his execution was, "I'd like to thank my family for loving me and taking care of me. The rest of the world can kiss my ass." Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more, please subscribe, leave a comment, and hit the bell notification icon when a new video comes. We just did a video on assassination a few days ago. You might want to check it out. Alright, see you guys, stay safe, and happy Halloween.